For this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to sync analog equipment to a modern digital audio workstation. The analog equipment I'll be using in this video is a synthesizers.com modular synthesizer, a Eurorack modular synthesizer, and an Akai Rhythm Wolf analog drum machine. To send our sync signal, I'll be using the BeatStep and the MiniBrute by Arturia, as well as a Digi002 audio interface. There are a few ways to go about syncing an analog synthesizer to a DAW, and each way will depend on the equipment you have on hand. Let's start with the all-analog approach. This technique can be used to sync old analog equipment without any MIDI I/O. The first thing we'll do is set up a click track in our session. Next, we'll route the click track's output to a physical output on our interface. After that, we'll plug the output of our interface into our synthesizer. I'm going to plug the click signal into the instrument interface module on the synthesizers.com modular. Next, we'll take the gate output from our instrument interface and plug it into our drum machine's gate input. So now our drum machine should be in sync with our session, so let's test that by creating a simple beat and comparing it with our click track. We can use this same technique to control an analog step sequencer by plugging the gate output to our external clock input on our sequencer. The same is true for most Eurorack step sequencers. Using a multiples module, which basically multiplies the signal, we can send this gate signal to a variety of devices and have them all be in sync. The next two techniques I'm going to show use MIDI beat clock as the sync source. I'll be using the Arturia MiniBrute synthesizer and the Arturia BeatStep. Let's start with the BeatStep. After plugging the BeatStep into the USB port on our computer, we must open the MIDI preferences in our DAW and set the MIDI beat clock to output to our BeatStep. The BeatStep allows for simultaneous MIDI and CV outputs, so we can send our gate through either medium. So let's patch the CV gate output into our devices. Finally, the last technique we'll explore is using the Arturia MiniBrute synthesizer as our clock source. First, we'll plug the MiniBrute's USB port into our computer. Again, we'll go into the MIDI preferences in our DAW and send a MIDI beat clock to the MiniBrute. First, we'll patch the CV gate output into our devices. To send gate sources from our MiniBrute, we have to enable the arpeggiator. When plugged into the computer, the MiniBrute's arpeggiator is automatically synced to MIDI beat clock, so our corresponding gate outputs should be in time with the session. We can use the tempo control on the MiniBrute's arpeggiator to create clock divisions.